me, Tara Strong, aka Miss Minutes, for Bama Geeks. I hope you're ready to watch, and if you don't, I will have to prune you. Stay on your sacred timeline.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
That was fancy.
Oh,
Boy, I
love
like
that intro.
Yeah, that worked well.
Yeah, it did. I'm very happy that worked.
Because
It
that
worked.
was the first time for it worked.
There
It
we
worked. That was the first time for all of us.
We've been working on rebranding for the YouTube and podcast feeds, and it's taken a little bit longer than I anticipated. Then I'm like, you know what? We didn't get to be with you guys last time, so let's do something fun and special. Let's launch the Tara Strong Miss Minutes intro.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey, we're at the Bama Geeks. We are live on YouTube.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
What's
I'm
up?
Brock Parker, and that's my wife. I always point the wrong way. That's my wife, Jess. And we've got Bo Beard and then Kevin Gardner. We are thrilled that you're joining us on your Sunday night live. How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's haunting me right now.
Oh.
If you're looking behind Kevin, all snap.
It's like the Undertaker meme.
Kevin
Yes.
is AJ Styles, and
Yeah.
Skeleton
Yes.
is the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yes. As you guys know, anybody who's been listening to this podcast for a long time, I am that guy in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I am that guy that buys the big decorations and does the big stuff at the house. And I just happened to get a start on it early with this guy, and I decided to set him up for you guys to show just how insanely big he is. The thing is massive. It's crazy. You can barely see. I was mentioning in our Patreon, but you can barely see Boba Fett sticking his head up like right behind him. So yeah.
It's like a
Big
giant tiki right now. You've got Boba Fett, Skeleton, Kevin.
There we go.
Yeah.
Screenshot it.
Yeah. Look how that lines up.
A strange Matryoshka doll set up there.
One day I hope that we can be that guy. We just don't have the best yard for decorating and space and whatnot. So
One day,
one day.
maybe.
Hmm.
So, but we thank you for joining us here live tonight on YouTube. We're going to discuss some Alabama-based movies that everybody needs to see. And before that, though, if you're brand new to the stream and the podcast, like I said, we're the Bama Geeks. You can find us on social media everywhere at Bama Geeks. If you're on Facebook, if you're one of us old derelicts, look us up for the Bama Geeks Front Porch. That's our Facebook group where we post a lot of fun things and chit chat a lot. And also, if you'd like to, if you'd like to support us with $5 a month, you can do that through Patreon and get some bonus content. We always try to record an episode specifically for Patreon and YouTube members. Speaking of YouTube members, there you go.
Oh,
To
look at
become a
that.
part-
Hey.
Oh, we got to crawl.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Look
Is,
at-
is Uncle Joe's tot locker going to be closed?
No.
We love you, Nick.
School closings at the bottom. You know?
No, we don't have Uncle Joe's tot locker.
Oh,
but,
darn.
but since we're on YouTube and streaming live tonight, definitely if you want to be a part of our YouTube community, we'd love to have you. Just subscribe to the channel, hit a like, leave a comment, drop us definitely say hi in the chat. We'd love to talk to you tonight.
Yeah.
And of course, right below us, you see the button that says join. You can hit that and get some extra perks. All you have to do is hit the button for more information on that. So, as people come into the chat, we will say hello because, we try to be friendly.
Yeah, we want to acknowledge you.
Yeah,
Yes.
some Southern hospitality. But we thought something maybe fun tonight would be to do just chit chat about maybe some movies that we have seen a list, and I know we might have our own different movies that are based in Alabama, not necessarily filmed in Alabama, but based in Alabama.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently, Georgia looks a lot like Alabama. So.
Georgia does look a ton like Alabama, but I mean, Alabama, for the most part, nothing rednecks sometimes. Hey, Skylar. Welcome in, Skylar Davis, our buddy. Hopefully this has less ads than the WrestleMania Behind the Curtain video. I guarantee
It was The Rock's idea. That's why.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the Rock. Yeah, he came up with it all. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I guarantee you will not see any ads in this stream right now. We're just right now at the super chat mark. So if you want to leave a super chat, we certainly would appreciate it. You don't have to.
No.
But that's the income from YouTube. No ads just yet. We're close. We're working our way there. And we apologize in advance if we kind of stutter and have some streaming issues. For some reason, StreamYard is not being friendly.
Yeah.
Don't you make fun of my stutter, sir.
You know that good old reliable internet and StreamYard. You know it works fine until you actually want to go live with it.
Exactly,
And then,
of course.
And then here you go.
And sometimes we have issues.
Yeah.
That's, we always have issues somewhere.
You-
But anyway, like I said, Alabama can times, we're kind of used to having punchlines and jabs made at our state. In between our past and our present, that's understandable. We got accents.
Yes,
Really? We do.
We do. But, one thing about our podcast is we love to tie pop culture back into the state. And Alabama has a pretty rich history with movies and with things being filmed here, all kinds of things. And so we found a list. And like I said, we might have our own additions to these. But, some movies that they're associated with Alabama. So we want to know if you've seen them. I know I've not seen all of them.
Mhm.
And so I'd love to know these guys here, if they've seen them, what their thoughts are. So that's where we're going to head into tonight. So I think a pretty famous one first up would be To Kill a Mockingbird.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, I think required to watch this in school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so odds are you've seen it because you had to watch it in school. It's a really good movie, especially, I don't know if I've ever met anybody as a kid who was like, yeah, that's my go-to movie. I like to go and watch that. But like when you get older, you start to get to
Yeah.
You appreciate it as an adult.
More. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. And again, apologies if we glitch. Something is going on. We were doing fine during our Patreon episode, and
Of
now
course.
it's starting to
yeah.
be a little rambunctious. Gregory Peck starred as Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, the famous attorney, and he won an Oscar for that.
And he is the grandfather of
I knew
Ethan
it was
Peck.
coming. I knew that was coming.
You
I
knew that was going to show
coming.
up. Ethan Peck, who plays Spock on Star Trek Strange New Worlds and has a massive hold on my wife's heart.
Just a little. Just touch. Yeah.
Yeah. If you get a chance to meet Ethan out at a con or something, definitely do so. He's wonderful.
Mhm. Yeah.
And has that booming voice like his grandfather.
Yes, he does. He definitely carries that that Peck that bloodline from his grandfather. The way his looks, his voice, all that. Yeah.
Bloodline.
Bloodline.
Yes.
So, of course, 1962 is when that movie came
Mhm.
out. It was based in Macomb, Alabama, correct? That was
Yes.
the town that it was set in
Right.
back here in the 1930s. Anybody who has not seen it, it was a famous book put out by Harper Lee,
Hmm.
an Alabama author, very famous. Passed away not too long ago, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
hasn't
it's
been that
recently.
long ago. Hmm.
But it tells the story of Atticus Finch and his family. And he deals with defending a black gentleman against an undeserved rape charge. And that gentleman who played the defendant for that was Brock Peters. I know that because he's not my namesake or anything, but that's just his name is close to mine. Anyway, he was also in Star Trek 6.
I didn't know that he was. I didn't know he was in Star Trek 6.
It's time to go back and rewatch his movies, my dear.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the admirals in Star Trek 6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But To Kill a Mockingbird's an absolute must-see, not only for Southerners, but also for anybody. It's such a wonderfully done movie, and it's a powerful story. It won 3 Oscars for an actor, adapted screenplay, and art direction. I think it was nominated several more times as well, but it's definitely an American classic. So,
and a very young Robert Duvall in that movie, also, by the way.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah, plays a very significant role, if you know what I'm referring to. So, should we talk about spoilers? I mean, the movie's been out for a while, but
it's been out for a hot minute.
Hey, Boo.
Yeah. Scout was a little girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That was Mary Badham.
Yes. That's correct.
I think that's how you say. Anyway, she's from Birmingham, right?
She is. Yes.
Yeah. So Alabama connections all around for that movie. Just an absolute classic. So yeah, as Kevin mentioned, definitely it was a must see in school. But
I wonder if kids are still seeing
ninth
that.
grade English. Yeah, ninth grade English.
Yeah, it was like 9th or 10th grade English. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I wonder if that's still a thing in school. I don't know. Obviously,
I think so. I think my daughter had to watch it in school. She's just now graduated high school, and she saw it just a handful of years ago. And I think it was a class requirement. Yeah,
that's one of those. It's like I was saying earlier. It's one of those movies that you have to kind of watch it begrudgingly, and then later on in life, you either something will always tie back to that movie. You'll wind up thinking about it like, oh wow, this is that thing that happened, and this is something that's really similar to this. I think that's one of the reasons that they have you watch it. Is just the connection, and I mean, it also does a good job of illustrating, some of the issues that Alabama's had in the past. One of the things that we on Bama Geeks that we try to show, all of our listeners and viewers is, one of the reasons we exist is that, Alabama is more than our past. Alabama is more than some of the things that we've gone through. And, having films like that, it's good for history, but at the same time, we look at that and go, okay, that's kind of in the past, let's move forward a little bit. But
exactly,
it's still good to know that, because, if you don't know your past, then you're doomed to repeat it. So
there's a lot of lesson to be learned in that movie as well. Humanity and the way others are treated. So absolutely.
Yeah. And if there's one thing I can say about modern day Alabama, it is everything that I see is not like it's past at all. Hardly anymore. We have certainly made a lot of progress, but a lot of movies and a lot of stereotypes still want to kind of peg us that way, and it couldn't be further from the truth. Everybody,
well, sometimes we don't help it. We don't help it. We do some stupid stuff just like anywhere else, but it's really easy to go, hey, here's Alabama. Hey, something like this happened.
Yeah.
Well, it's Alabama.
Yeah. But yeah, you're definitely right. One reason we exist is to try to debunk a lot of that.
Yes.
Well,
a lot of pop culture stereotypes.
It's not even debunking. It's just, we're more than that.
Yeah.
We're more than that.
Absolutely.
We've got, we're I mean, look, you got the 4 geeks here. We're all immersed in it all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, another was it a book written by another Birmingham native, Fanny Flagg?
Yep. Fried green tomatoes.
Fried Green Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen bits and pieces of this movie. I'm not overly familiar with it, but I know Jess loves it.
I absolutely love this movie. I watched it. I've watched it many times. But yes, I was going to say I wouldn't. Have y'all? Kevin, have you watched it? Bo, have you watched it?
It's been a while. I'm more fond of Fried Green Tomatoes than the movie.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I think I watched it in the late '90s, but that's probably the last time I've watched it, so I'm familiar with it. But
it's a good movie though.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I have actually the Irondale Cafe in Birmingham is the kind of like the inspiration for the movie. It doesn't look like it's not the same cafe in the movie again that was over in Georgia that they filmed this, but I absolutely love this movie, and the friendships in the movie, the relationships with the people involved. It's a beautiful story. So I've seen it many times, and it's a recommendation from me. If you have not seen it, go check it out.
Excuse me. I know the spoiler in that movie.
Mm.
I know of it. Of course, I'm not going to give it here, in case people haven't seen it. But pretty jarring.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Thing that happens in that movie.
Well, there's a couple little twists, little interesting parts to this story, especially how someone goes missing, and we love barbecue in Alabama. What can I say? We're Southern. We love barbecue.
Well, and it got 2 Oscar nominations, so the movie was really good.
Yeah, and some fantastic actors in that movie. Of course, you've got Kathy Bates, whom I adore from several roles. I mean, Misery, but
God, Misery. Man.
She, I'm sorry, she's Mama in The Waterboy.
She's Mama. Always Mama.
Mama Boucher.
Was your mama Bobby Boucher? Don't you know what your mama done been told you about?
She is not the devil. But
and speaking of Kathy Bates, her character, as I've become the age that I am right now, there is a line in that movie that I can just wholeheartedly relate to at this point. And she's kind of having her little mental crisis, and she says, "I'm too young to be old and too old to be young."
Definitely have that sweet spot in our lives right now, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, her ever famous supermarket parking lot meltdown, where she summons Tawanda and takes care of some little prissies that steal her parking spot. So it's always a hero moment for me in that movie.
Oh, but it also has Jessica Tandy, and Mary Stuart Masterson and Mary Louise Parker, no relation. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, yes, thank you, Harry back in the chat. Hey. They catch that gorilla. What broke out the zoo and black your eye? Absolutely.
Thank
that
you.
That gorilla was a devil. The search continues.
The search continues. That is one of the most quoted lines in this household for some odd reason. Brock and I quote that all. Did you catch that gorilla that bust out of the zoo and beat you up?
No, Mama. The search continues.
Yeah, Mama. Roy Orbison.
What Mama don't know won't hurt her. I'm sorry, if you get me off on the Water Boy, we'll be here all night.
Oh my gosh.
And that's a Louisiana movie. We gotta get away from this. Is Alabama.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we'll be talking about LSU, and here we go.
And your medulla oblongata. Oh me. Well, Fried Green Tomatoes is one that I definitely need to get back and watch. I don't know if my daughter's seen it or not.
She'd love it.
I
Yeah,
bet she would.
we do need to probably have a sit down and watch that. I
Comp-
think y'all would
comp-
all love it. She would love it.
Complete honestly, it's funny as I know because I've watched them not as much either, but I get it and Still Magnolias mixed up together, even though I know they're probably different ends of the spectrum.
I do
but I get them mixed up.
I do too.
Well, I mean, it was
They were around the same
It was all
time.
kind of around the same time. Yeah, a lot of these movies were coming out around the same time, so it's understandable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, filmed mostly in Georgia. Or all filmed in Georgia, correct?
I think so.
Believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Two Oscar. Yeah, or in 2 Oscar nominations, one for supporting actress, which was Jessica Tandy, and then one for adapted screenplay. And Fanny Flagg for that one was nominated as a co-writer.
Yeah.
For that. The next, you know what? The next one on the list I want to save.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to breeze past that.
We're gonna go
You know
past
what?
that one.
The next two on the list.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go. Yeah.
I gotta skim through those because those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are what's gonna get the most discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about with To Kill a Mockingbird, Alabama's past. It's a terrible past. I mean, there's no way around it. But one of the movies on the list is called Four Little Girls, made back in 1997 by Spike Lee. It was his documentary about the 1963 the murder of 4 little girls in the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing here in Birmingham. Absolutely terrible.
I did end up watching this.
You did? 'Cause
Yes, I have seen it, but it wasn't like at the time of its release is when I saw it. So I haven't went back to rewatch it again, but I did see this when it did come out. Yeah. Actually, I happened to so years ago, and this won't probably get me any trouble to say out loud, but I was working at the Jefferson County Courthouse at the time that the trial was reopened. That Doug Jones proceeded with prosecuting the men involved with the bombing. So I was actually working downtown when all that was going on. So
Love Doug
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
I did get disappointed though when Brock pointed him out in the airport and that it wasn't the actor Doug Jones. But anyway,
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
and very animated hands.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a treat back in March when we were at the Birmingham airport flying to New York. And I look over like, hey, there's our former senator, Doug Jones.
Yep.
So that was neat to see him there. But yeah, it covers the 4 African American little girls: Addie Mae Collins, Carol Denise McNair, Cynthia Wesley, and Carol Rosamond Robertson. We definitely always want to remember those beautiful girls.
Absolutely.
But it earned Spike Lee, it earned him an Academy Award nomination for director, along with, of course, a lot of widespread praise. It's also been selected for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry by the Library of Congress because it is so significant, both culturally and historically.
And Terrence Blanchard did the music on that too. So he's like up there as well. So it was huge.
I remember like when the movie was coming out, the promotional for it was very big. Like I said, it was like for being a Spike Lee documentary in the 90s. I mean, that
was huge.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I never got a chance to see it. I definitely am. I think it streams on Max right now. I definitely want to sit down and watch it. This came out when I was about halfway through my Air Force tour, and so I didn't get a chance to see a lot back then.
Yeah. Brock will tell you if it happened, but if it happened while he was in the Air Force, chances are he probably missed it. So
Yeah.
Well, this one was distributed by HBO, so
Yeah.
Okay, so it
would
would
definitely be
Max.
on Max. Yeah.
Okay. All right. One One other movie that naturally comes to mind because it is the title of this movie is also the title of a song that my wife despises. Yeah, Bo knows what it is.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner, Sweet Home Alabama.
Hey, I like the
But
movie.
a good movie, though.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
love the movie.
It was a funny movie. It was
The song is just played. Y'all, I mean, not.
Well,
It's
see,
a
with your
feel-good movie.
Well, see, your time with that song adds to my gripe. You have Reese Witherspoon playing an Alabamian. She's from Tennessee. That makes it even, more aggravating.
And again, mostly filmed in Georgia. So,
Yes.
I mean,
As long as she doesn't
however-
wear that ugly orange, we're good.
no offense to our Tennessee fans.
yeah.
Hey,
No,
Hey,
full
actually,
offense.
no.
it's a
Full offense.
it's a
That is a horrible orange.
it's a fun rivalry. But
Is
that
it
orange
really?
is atrocious. I'll agree.
Is it really?
That orange?
Sorry.
Yes. It's horrible.
In,
No,
Sweden.
is it a fun rivalry?
No.
The
Sorry,
sting for me is over.
I'm a two-time Alabama grad, so I despise Tennessee. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk
Yes.
about movies.
You have
Yeah,
a great
that's right.
state,
We're
horrible
back-
football program.
Philip Fulmer, the Great Pumpkin. Anyway, so
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, Reese Witherspoon. She plays a young woman who's reinvented herself as a New York socialite.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this movie a couple of times because my ex-wife really loves Reese Witherspoon and really loved this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to remember as much as I can about it, but
It's just your typical rom-com.
she's from Alabama,
Mhm.
but
She's in New York now.
Yeah.
She's trying to put, Alabama behind her.
Well,
'cause,
she had to come back home because she had been separated from her husband, but he had never signed the divorce papers. And
Right.
Now she's
That's
trying
right.
to marry. I've seen this movie a bunch. This is one of the rotation. I like it too. So complete honesty, I like
It's
this
an
movie.
awesome movie.
If it's on TV, I'm going to stop and watch it.
Look, and it's like a Hallmark movie, okay?
Yeah,
The girl
is.
goes to the big city to leave her past behind her, but now she's got to go back. Because in this instance, like she said, the divorce papers weren't signed. She's going to be getting married to, Patrick Dempsey, his character in New York. So,
and who is Josh Lucas?
Yeah.
Is that? Wow, I actually remembered that.
yeah. Oh, good for you. Look,
Hey.
yeah. He plays, hey, look, funny thing, he plays Jake Perry is his name. So, it's very close to Jack Perry, but, anyway.
So we're not going to branch off into wrestling talk.
No, we're not. But while most of this was filmed in Georgia, the city, the fictional city is Greenville, Alabama.
Greenville's not fictional.
No, I'm sorry, Pigeon Creek. Yeah, it's
Okay.
supposed to be the fictional
You said
version
Greenville.
of Greenville, Alabama.
Greenville's close to-
Greenbow
well,
is.
Greenbow is fictional.
Again, yeah, the town was Pigeon Creek that the movie was supposedly taking place in, but it's the fictional version of Greenville. My bad, I misspoke. Oh, also Ethan Embry's in this movie too, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is. He plays Bobby Ray Bailey, and
It's got to be three days. Is he
Oh,
evil?
there's a lot of great Alabama cliches in this movie.
Oh yeah.
You
Baby
have to
in
have
the
three
bar.
names. You have to have three names.
Baby
but-
in the bar. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you already got a baby in a bar.
I will say though, as much as we like to say Alabama's, we've moved beyond that. I have a lot of neighbors and a lot of friends that are three names. So it's all good. Yeah.
And I love Ethan Embry, and I had a chance to meet him years ago at Walker Stalker, and come to find out, I'm assuming he still is. It's been a couple of years ago, but when talking with him, he where we were from, told him he's actually was married. He's married to a girl from Gadsden, Alabama. So
Oh, that's right. I
There-
forgot to mention that.
there
yeah.
is your Ethan Embry in Sweet Home Alabama, tie back to Alabama, because of his wife. So hey, there's a lot of
There you go.
factors in that.
I do remember that her dog there was a dog named Bear Bryant, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I remember that because they did mention Tuscaloosa
Yes.
for that. So
And they said, and then it was said that whenever she's returning back home from New York, there's a couple of the shots like you're driving, she's on her way home. So they say that some of the homes that were shown in her return back to her town were actually in shot in Eufaula. So
Oh, that's right.
Mhm. So-
yeah, because I lived in Eufaula for 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a small Alabama film location in the movie, just a
Yeah.
little bit.
If you're passing through Alabama and you get a chance to go through Eufaula, please do. It's got a lot of beautiful
Eufaula's
homes in it.
gorgeous.
Yeah, Eufaula is very nice. Yeah, spent a lot of time there as a kid.
Yeah. If you think of
So-
like, a lot of times when people think of like Alabama, if you're not thinking of like trailer parks nonstop or anything, if you're thinking about like the good old southern like stuff you saw in some of the southern, go through Eufaula. That'll give you that'll give you the good visual of, you'd be like, oh yeah, this feels like, if you want to like know what the deep South looks like, the representation, Eufaula for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Next on this list that we've got is definitely something that Kevin is familiar with,
Something we've talked about this one quite a bit
Yes,
on the
we did.
podcast. Yes.
because A, we love the director, B, we love the actors, we love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's Big Fish.
Yeah. Big Fish.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Man.
Kevin, you went down not too long ago to see where this was filmed.
Dude, that's been oddly enough, this is gonna that's been years ago, dude. At this point, time flies, right?
Yeah.
It does.
It's been a couple
Oh.
years since I've been there, but yeah, the town of Spectre, where they did the filming, is
Yeah.
down near Montgomery, and you can just go out there. It's privately owned, but you just go out there and you can just pay a fee, and then you go out there, and the town's still there.
Yep.
It's been flooded probably 100 times at this point, but it still looks great.
I think
And
there's
you
like,
can go
and there are like goats roaming the island too.
Yes, the goats
Yeah.
are awesome. I have some of the cutest videos of my girlfriend feeding the goats, because you can just bring out whatever, and the goats will be your friend as long as you have food.
Yep.
And then they're like, yeah.
Well,
I have been through Wetumpka quite a bit, and a lot of the filming locations. Big Fish is actually one. There.
Jesus, man, come on.
You know what? I'm gonna allow this comment on screen because it's Chase and we love Chase. Our dear sweet friend
Because
Chase Ambrose.
We appreciate your participation and watching us tonight. Thank you very
Dear
much.
God,
So y'all are only talking about Alabama movie shot in Georgia. They shoot him here for the same reason the trees here lean west. Alabama sucks.
No, because your film industry is a lot more friendly, and you give a lot more.
yeah.
but
Made
Big
in
Fish-
Georgia.
Big Fish was not filmed in Georgia. Big Fish was filmed in Alabama.
As a matter of fact, the house that was in the movie there you go. It was still up for sale. I don't know whether it ever sold or not. But
Yeah, this was from back in April. So for the lovely price of $899,000, you too can own a piece of cinema history right here.
But man, if you've ever driven through there and seen that house, it is like
It's in the weirdest
you
spot.
will. It's in a good spot, and it's like you'll be looking down on the pullas.
Yeah, you do. You
You're
basically
looking down on the
look down.
pullas.
You do look down on the town. Yeah.
Look at all the pulla people down in the bottom of the town with me and
Yeah.
my house here.
I see the poors are into living around me.
Oh man, they're gonna bring my property values down.
Yes.
No, you just overpaid for that house. Well, a funny story about that house though is that it didn't used to have a second floor, and they added the second floor for filming.
Oh wow.
Because they needed it for the because all the shots and everything were done in that house. So a lot of when they were going through and redoing it for that HGTV thing that just linked, they actually went in and actually built that out because it was it was a set
Yeah.
overall. So yeah, that movie is amazing. But most of the locations there were were in Alabama. Most of the locations that they did, pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
And it was. I had a good friend of mine by the name of Charlie who was actually an extra in that movie, and
Nice.
I got to hear all about it. She was super into Ewan McGregor, still is. And she got real close to him. She got to be in the same scene and in the same. And she was in the background of the carnival scene.
Okay.
When the popcorn freezes and he sees the woman he's fallen in love with, and he kind of going through the popcorn, you can see her in the background.
I'll have to rewatch that for her. All right.
Yep, she's there.
The one disservice that Big Fish did, and it really wasn't anything major, but they talk about that. The girl he was interested in went to Auburn, and that was Huntington College. That was not the campus of Auburn.
Yeah.
Huntington College is beautiful, though. So
it is.
That's down there in Marion,
gorgeous.
right?
Tallahassee, Huntington's down near Montgomery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say it's near Montgomery. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking Marion.
Yeah, Montgomery. Yeah.
Yeah, some filming took place down in Tallahassee, like I said, Huntington College. And as Kevin mentioned, the town of Spectre, that was filmed a lot on an island in Lake Jackson between Montgomery and Millbrook, close to the Alabama River. But of course, directed by Tim Burton, whom we all love for Batman and Beetlejuice and all kinds of great movies.
Yeah.
So
it's also for anybody else in the movie. My wife points it out because she liked her at the time, but it has a young Miley Cyrus in this movie. For anybody keeping score on that, and the Parkers are Frozen
Parkers.
Oh,
did we freeze?
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Yes.
We had Frozen Parkers for a second there.
Yeah.
let it go. Let it go.
Again, apologies for the StreamYard tonight.
Yeah.
It
It just knows we're trying to go live and just trying to, so it just wants to throw a little hiccup.
Yeah.
So like Bo said, young Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. She has a very overly cliche accent in that movie. Of course, she's a kid doing an acting, so because she was probably 9 or 10, 8, 9, 10-ish.
Yeah. And she grew up to be such
but
standing
But
person.
I like this movie. Go back onto the movie. I like it, especially me getting older and looking at it as you getting older, reflecting on things of your past, especially as a father. I hope some of my stuff, because it's all about his dad always told the Big Fish stories. It's
just out of curiosity. Have you guys read the book?
No, I need to.
No, I haven't read the book. But this always, at the time that this movie came out, for me, it held us. There is something about the character that Albert Finney plays in this movie as the old man,
God,
the father, the grand, telling these stories of his past, and some of it, maybe were true stories, but just with some over exaggeration in the way he told them. And he reminds me so much of my grandfather in this movie.
Oh yeah.
So watching this, it just kind of hits a special place in my heart because my grandfather he always had great stories, entertaining stories, and stories from of him growing up and times that he did, and just throughout his life, he always had a great story to tell and was just known for that. So that kind of holds a special place in my heart. The way this movie, the theme of this movie, and things like that. Yeah.
And I like Albert Finney. He was Daddy Warbucks in Annie.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors that just about anything he's in is he just brings a solid character. I mean, he always does a really good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, the book though, in the event that you guys are ever looking for something to watch, Jesus, it's a book, read. It's a really good one. And it gives you a little bit of a different perspective on the ending. In the book. The book is the movie did it better. Just spoilers, but the book itself goes off in a different direction with the ending. Well, obviously it's the original direction, and then the movie changed it. But it's good. It's really good. It gives you a little more, just like any book. It gives you a little more perspective on the characters and things. So definitely it's not even really that long of a read. Honestly, it's almost like a scholastic book. It's really not that big. So. If any of you guys, even our listeners, watchers, are looking for just a good read, it's a good one. It's a quick read.
Well, one movie I guarantee you that was likely not based off a book. Talladega Nights. Helen of Ricky Bobby.
I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew.
The amount of quotes from this movie.
Yes. No, thank you. Yeah.
This movie has forever changed Big Red Gum for me.
This is Ricky Bobby advising you never travel to Tijuana.
I fully admit I've seen this movie once.
Yeah, Brock's not.
I don't like Will Ferrell.
Brock is not a Will Ferrell fan.
So, but I tolerated it once because it was based out of Alabama. I know it was mainly filmed in North Carolina, but they did make it down to the actual Talladega racetrack. So
there's no mistaking that racetrack. So
no.
Yeah. And the two kids, I want to say the two kids were from Alabama, right?
Yeah, one of them has a criminal history now because he got in trouble not too long ago.
The one that played Ricky Bobby, like when he was younger, wasn't it? I think. Isn't he the one that?
No, I think it was one of the kids. It was the I figured it was the older one or the younger one. I think it might have been the older one that got in some criminal trouble.
Well, but like speaking of Ricky Bobby's kids, hang on just one second here. Let me get this up. He's actually making an appearance at Alabama Comic Con. Grayson Russell.
Nice.
That's the one. I'm gonna climb you like a spider monkey.
The amount of times he's going to have to talk about Mountain Dew is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I guarantee you somebody's going to bring a can of Mountain Dew for him to sign.
Yes.
I guarantee it.
I mean, that's the best thing in the world to get him to sign, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what? If Chase is still in here, Chase has a story about trying to get Billy D. Williams to sign a can of Colt 45 that you have to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
So if you ever see Chase Ambrose in person, get him to tell you that story.
Yeah, it's a story for in person for sure. So yeah, so this poor kid's going to be signing Mountain Dew.
This movie was Will Ferrell at his peak.
Yeah,
this was peak Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Between this and Step Brothers, those are my two go-to Ferrell movies.
And that and another one of mine that was kind of like a sleeper hit a little bit of theirs was Blades of Glory. I love that one.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Jenna Fisher all day.
Well, yeah.
All day, Jenna Fisher.
Yes.
Chase says
He was so mad.
It's one of my favorite stories that Chase has ever told. For all the years we've known him. Good night. Billy D. Williams. I actually, as much of an anti-Will Ferrell person that I am, I actually kind of did like Old School.
Oh,
Old
okay.
School's good. Old School's great.
There was one scene of Will I didn't care to see that much of him. But
Drink the tank.
Yeah. But I did, that movie did make me laugh back in the day. I have not seen it in forever, but yeah.
Well, I mean, in Talladega Nights, you get to see a little bit more Will Ferrell than you would like to see as well.
I don't remember it, though. See, I remember Old School. I don't remember.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me. I'm on fire.
Was he help me, baby Jesus?
Just the amount of people that's just great in that movie. You got Will, of course, and then John C. Reilly.
Yeah.
Oh crud! I can't think of his name. Gary played
Michael Duncan. Michael Duncan was in
Duncan. Gary, I can't think of his name from Office Space. Gary, but he played his dad.
Gary Cole. Was he Gary Cole? Yeah.
And then of course Sacha Baron Cohen being his ridiculous self.
Yeah.
And is it Amy Adams, or am I getting her mixed up with? Yeah, that's Amy. It's Amy Adams, right?
Yes, Amy Adams.
Yes,
that was his girlfriend at the end.
Yeah.
She was the secretary. Yeah. And then she goes, Just admit.
Another reason for me to watch it.
Just say, I love crabs.
And just the image of the car with the Puma that says "me" on it is also another one of my favorite things about that movie. Like,
I don't know about the ad space here, but I do love me some Big Newtons.
Yeah. There we go.
There's Chase. Gary Cole's from. I didn't know that. Gary Cole's from Macon, Georgia. So you were still talking about movies with Georgia Connect.
Well,
That's fine.
Oh,
We're grateful
Chase.
you
Big
guys
one's
are
coming up.
next to us. That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got two of our big ones coming up that's completely connected to Georgia. So
This is the episode you needed to join, Chase.
Yes.
and we're glad
Come for
that
the
you're
Alabama
here. We are.
movie. Stay for all the it's all from Georgia. Actually.
Yeah, when you need to go and edit this video and say spoilers. They were all made in Georgia.
Yeah.
oh my. Well, all right. This next one I have never seen. And by the way, if you're enjoying the movie talk, please make sure you give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you want. Hit the join button if you want some bonus content. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the interactions.
Yeah,
that we're getting
this is
tonight.
fun. This is why I really like the live stream format because I love y'all being here, interact with us. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
and Brock worked really hard on some like smileys or emotes or whatever you call them now, and stuff for like if you join. So do that. Join us.
Just hit the join button below. But like I said, hit the like, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you along with us for the ride. We're enjoying this. So if you're happy, a like would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
So Chase says, dang, I was talking about the dude from 30 Rock and I got him confused. So the actor wasn't correct, but the point still stands.
We'll give you that one. It's fine.
Oh, no.
There's Katie correcting him.
Yes.
Gary Cole is not from Macon. Are we talking about Jack McBrayer?
Yeah, Jack McBrayer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because is he from Mobile? From that area? Where's he from?
Jack McBrayer is from, let's see. Oh, he's from Macon. Yeah, he's from Macon.
Oh, Jack McBrayer's from Macon.
Yes.
My bad.
Now you've got me thinking like Jack McBrayer doing lines of Gary Cole's from other movies. I need that TPS cover on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to come in on Saturday.
Speaking of
we're
comfort
going off
movies. Oh my God, that's a comfort. That's not an Alabama movie, but that is a comfort movie of mine to watch that one. Because I'm like, man, I'm so glad I don't work at that place.
Mm-hmm.
In a tech.
Oh. Well, another movie that focuses on Alabama, specifically the music history for the state. Back in 20, but a movie called Muscle Shoals. I'm assuming based on Muscle Shoals.
Yes.
The Muscle Shoals sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Description I've got here: Greg Freddie Camillier. Is that right? Electrifying documentary celebrates Rick Hall, the founder of Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and the signature sound he developed in timeless songs such as "I'll Take You There," "Brown Sugar," and "When a Man Loves a Woman." The movie features interviews with legendary artists like Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Aretha Franklin, Bono, many more, spotlighting the critical role Alabama has long played in rock and roll history. Elvis recorded some stuff there, right there, right?
I think everybody has.
Yeah.
Somebody. Yeah.
It is a very historic thing up there in Muscle Shoals. A lot of artists come to Muscle Shoals to record there. So it's got a lot of great music history to it.
Keith Richards recorded there when he was at the ripe old age of 249.
Bless him, still going. I know the big story around here a couple of years ago was Lana Del Rey went up there and was kind of working in a Waffle House for a shift or so.
Yeah.
She was recording up there in Muscle Shoals too, right? While she was there. Yeah.
Yep.
See a lot of big artists up there.
Yeah.
She wanted to get the full Alabama experience, and I'm sure she was trying to, wait until for a fight to break out or something in their Waffle House.
She had trained specifically with the Waffle House staff for the fights.
Now waiting for the obligatory comment of how Waffle House is Georgia coming from Chase Arcade.
See, he won't say it now because you headed him off.
That's true. So I made it come to fruition. There we go.
He was literally typing it out. Dang it!
Alabama, we got all of Georgia stuff on loan. That's what we do.
That's right. Oh, and Jess, of course, appreciates, again, Sweet Home Alabama for mentioning the Swampers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, Muscle Shoals.
Yep,
they've been known to pick a song or two.
That's right. Yes, they do.
She actually sang part of it. I'm proud of you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've
been hearing that song since I came into this world. I mean, goodness gracious. Anyway.
You're required to know that song as an Alabamian.
Yeah.
You just have to.
Yeah. In 2015, Ava DuVernay, and I'm only familiar with her from, was it the Wrinkle in Time movie?
Mm-hmm.
Was that it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm remembering her from. I remember because
Which
movie.
wasn't very memorable, by the way. So.
Oh no,
that's why I never saw that movie.
It was memorable for being a pile of trash.
Yeah.
It was terrible. My daughter wanted to go see it when she was younger, when it first came out, and so we went to the theater, and I was just like,
I bet it was filmed in Georgia.
Probably. But a movie, of course, one of our. Okay.
I take it. There you go.
Leonard Skinner was managed by Alan Walden, whose office was in Macon, Georgia. Take that, Bo.
Hey. Being one up by Chase Ambrose is something I always take that in stride. That's.
I was gonna say that's you can't go wrong with that.
Chase is one of our favorite people on this space.
Yes.
So Ava's movie about Selma, appropriately titled Selma, referenced one of the worst, certainly one of the worst times in Alabama's history.
Mm-hmm.
But the 1965 Selma to Montgomery voting rights marches, much of the production filmed in Georgia.
Skylar,
that is in the. Oh wait, hang on. We're talking about the Selma to Montgomery to Selma March. Or Selma to Montgomery March.
Shots fired.
Skylar. Georgia only films good movies like RoboCop
3. which is funny, Skylar. I did not realize that until I had to randomly catch RoboCop 3 on TV, and I saw the Westin Hotel in the background. I was like, well, there it is.
Okay, I didn't know that. I had to go back. I've only seen that movie once. We got to go back and watch it. I've seen the other two multiple times. But anyway, Ava earned an Oscar nomination for Best Picture and a win for Best Song called Glory. Much of the
I was trying to remember if that was the one with the jetpack. That was so stupid.
Yeah, the jetpack. All right.
That's just so that they can reissue him and put a jetpack on his figure,
Yeah. So, all right. Much of the production for Selma was filmed in Georgia, according to this description. Yes.
Yes. And RoboCop was not in it. So
yes, thankfully. But key scenes were shot in Selma and Montgomery, specifically locations where the historic events actually took place. The historic locations that were used in the movie include the Edmund Pettus Bridge, where marchers violently clashed with state troopers, and the Alabama State Capitol building, upon whose steps Martin Luther King Jr. delivered an impassioned speech for the finale. And this person in this description says, history isn't always pretty. In a country as young as America, the effects of the past remain ever urgent and immediate as states move on from hardship and flourish under the banner of civic pride. And sometimes that history makes for one heck of a movie.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I definitely want to see that. Just on a personal aside, my dad was one of those state troopers.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't talk a lot about it though.
Yeah.
That was a rough time. He was a brand new state trooper when that incident took place, but he said he wishes that it was an incident that never happened.
Yeah.
But like I said, and Dad, of course, as many of our listeners know, passed away last year. So I don't have his stories from Selma. He is the one he did not talk about. So
yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm just waiting for somebody to option the rights to do the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl as a movie.
Yeah,
I mean, that could totally be one. I mean, I know it was a scene, but someone could stretch that out into a movie. We could do a whole epic of it, doing the Riverboat Brawl.
Yeah. So we're narrowing down towards the end of the list.
You skipped over one. I know which one you were talking about.
The two we skipped over. Yeah, you want to do them?
Those two we're coming back to.
But before we go back to those, if I can,
we're not done.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Con Air.
Oh, there's one more. Oh, yeah. Samurai Bad. Con Air.
So I have
not.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I have not seen Con Air. I am ashamed to say.
Oh,
what in the crap, man?
Okay.
1997. That was during my Air Force time.
Okay,
dude, I missed a lot of, and I never came back around. So.
Okay, well, we gotta.
You've had like 25 years.
Yeah.
Look, man, I've been busy.
Come
you
on,
have
bro.
Prime Nicolas Cage, and
I was gonna say
my
seriously
favorite actors of all time, a prime John Malkovich.
Yes, great cast.
That's one of John Malkovich's best roles.
Yeah,
I mean, he was so freaking good in that.
That was the movie that made me love John Malkovich, I believe.
Yes.
That was my introduction to him, and then I was like, this dude is awesome. I will watch anything and everything he's in.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick, like I said, Nick Cage and that southern accent he throws out there in this movie.
One of my favorite lines of cinema, put the bunny down.
But his tie to the movie is that his character is from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, my favorite song is part of this movie. So you gotta have somebody from Alabama. You gotta have Sweet Home Alabama in there. So
of course,
there you go.
Did you guys know? I know you guys know this, but to anybody watching, that Alabama, we didn't even have the rights as an official entity to say that this was Sweet Home Alabama up until maybe maybe 7 years ago, when they actually had to, the state of Alabama actually purchased the rights or got the rights to actually put that on our signs and whatnot. It's probably been about 10 years since they did it, but before that it was just what was it, Alabama the Beautiful, all the signs, and then after that they were like, oh no, we got the options. It's Sweet Home Alabama now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and the other term now they're trying to move on from. The
Heart of Dixie.
Yeah.
But
well, speaking of rights that some Alabama entities do not have, did you know that Auburn University does not own their fight song?
What?
That was something when I worked at Auburn that I was surprised to learn. Yeah, there's a family, the family of the song's author owns the rights to War Eagle.
Probably in Georgia.
Auburn is right next to Georgia, so I don't know.
That's at West Georgia College. Some people call it that.
Now, West Georgia College is in Carrollton.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is an Auburn, Georgia, though, but a lot of people do confuse.
Yeah, a lot of people outside of the area usually a lot of people think Auburn University is in Georgia.
Yeah. But yeah, Auburn does not own the rights to War Eagle. It's on lease from the family, and that's why I know like EA Sports is coming out with their college football game here in a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. The old EA Sports college football games or NCAA games never featured War Eagle because they didn't have the rights.
Are they going to have it on the new one?
Don't know. Haven't heard. I've seen people ask that question, but. Yeah, I was always like, how come are they playing "Glory, Glory to Old Georgia," or whatever? Yeah, but Auburn.
We'll just play the Happy Birthday song instead. Oh wait, no, that was also owned by somebody.
Made me think. Going back to Con Air, also talking about the cast, you need to watch this. Also, Brock, for Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
Oh, this is one of his coolest roles.
Do you
Well,
know
this will
every
be
time
good.
I watch this, the more I watch it, his character gets more and more complex the more you
Yeah.
watch it, because you're like, you think of it, you're like, okay, yeah, he's just this criminal, and then you get to watching it more and more, and you're like,
No.
you start kind of peeling layers, and you're like, he really didn't have enough screen time to have this many layers, but it's Steve Buscemi, he's incredible.
Well, this is definitely, because it's been a while since I've watched it, and knowing that Brock hasn't seen it, this is definitely, we're gonna have to.
We'll
Yes.
definitely do
We're
it.
gonna have to
You
rectify
need
this.
to watch it. Like
I love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite. In fact, I got recently got he did a private signing, like maybe his only private signing ever, and I've got it, a personalized autograph from Nick Cage on a poster to a National Treasure. I love Nick Cage. So yeah, I'm ashamed I've not seen this movie, but what I'm seeing in the description though is he actually came to Alabama to study the dialect for the accent.
I mean,
And
he's
it
a
also
Coppola.
Yeah.
Oh, another prominent name in the film is Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo.
Oh,
Who's coming to
yeah.
Dragon Con?
Gonna be a Dragon
Yes.
Con this year.
He actually plays probably one of the worst kinds of criminals.
Yes.
In that.
All right.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll do it. I need to watch it.
I
and
would
do a
love
review
to
on
sit
the
and
show.
talk about Con Air.
Oh, yeah.
I mean that movie is just. If you look, I tell you what. If you tell me you watched it, I will go watch it again so that it's
Me
fresh.
too.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Give me a few days. I work's hectic right now.
Oh, we understand.
But I will try to get to it soon. But it also says here that the lead actress Monica Potter grew up in Arab, Alabama.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't realize that until we were looking over this list too.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Is she the one who plays his wife?
Mm.
Or no? When
You
you
tell
say
me.
lead actress, who are you talking about?
Monica Potter.
Monica Potter. Look at you topping away over there.
Yes.
I hear them.
Oh yeah, that's the
going
one
on
who plays
the-
his wife.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she grew up in Arab. All right, interesting. Never would have called that.
Wait, did we blank out
Yeah.
again? Did we
No,
go
they-
again?
You did, yeah.
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 Love it.
Just bear with us.
Yeah.
We're,
Sorry, guys.
we're working through
Yeah,
this
it's okay, guys. I think we know.
We
Bear
reset
with
everything
Bama
on
Geeks.
our end yesterday. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we need to look into. Bo's looking into a new internet provider, and I think we might need to as well. Although I think this is StreamYard messing up tonight. But
Yeah.
It is
Anyway.
StreamYard. I don't think it's you guys.
yeah, Katie does say Monica Potter does play the violin. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Jess, before we get to the big final two, you had one you wanted
Yeah.
to point out.
This is not on the list, and I told Brock when we were looking at it that there's been a couple of lists out, movies about Alabama filmed in Alabama. One that is missing on here that is one I absolutely love is called Crazy in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Andy
have
Griffith.
you seen it?
I think I saw it, but like that was when it came out. Like
Okay.
my mom rented it and I watched it. I vaguely remember it, but I know it's Melanie Griffith. Yes.
Yes. Antonio Banderas directed this, came out in 1999. I read the book prior to watching the movie. And the movie also stars Lucas Black, who is from Alabama, who was also in Sling Blade. He played sorry, excuse me. He played Frank, the little boy, in Sling Blade. So he's also been in the he's been in the Fast and the Furious movies.
So he knows about family. Gotcha.
Yeah, he knows all about family. Yeah, he is.
It's a shame
Well,
Pat's not watching.
I know, right? But this movie takes place in 1965, and it's also during the time of the civil rights issues in the state. So there's a lot of scenes in the movie that reflect that time. Tokyo Drift.
Yep.
But Melanie Griffith plays a Alabama housewife who has dreams of going to Hollywood to become an actress. She is married to a not so nice dude, and She gets tired of being in this relationship and she puts an end to it. I am not going to go into the details on how she puts an end to it in case anybody ever wants to go watch this movie. But I haven't watched it in years, but the book was fantastic. The movie, I think it translated over to the movie very well. So again, it also this movie also was filmed. It was shot. Actually, there was no scenes in Georgia. They did do a lot of the
Take that.
yeah, take this one. There is no Georgia filming locations in this one, but they did use a lot of Louisiana as far as the southern. But anyway, when she puts an end to her relationship, she goes to California. So there's a lot of cross country, film, but everybody's based back in Alabama. So I highly recommend, if you have not seen this movie, go check it out. It is really good. So anyway, that's what I wanted to add to our little list of Alabama movies. Excuse me.
That's all right. I'm trying to also, I was looking really quickly. Oh, which one? Part 7. Alabama is where
I can't argue with you on that.
You notice how he just skips Mississippi altogether.
Sometimes for good reason.
Everybody skips Mississippi, so it's fine.
If Alabama ever has a punching bag of its own, it's Mississippi.
At least we're not Mississippi.
At least we're not Mississippi. Chase says Louisiana is the Georgia of West Alabama. Yes. But Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Part of it was filmed in Alabama.
Yeah.
Down in Baldwin, Bay Minette served as Camp Crystal Lake.
I don't want to say, I'm trying to think of other movies off the top of my head. I want to say there was a horror movie with Karen Gillan called The Eye or something. I think it was filmed in Mobile.
There are a lot of things that have been filmed around Mobile lately.
We talked about that on
we?
on
Okay,
episode.
okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've talked about different filming locations in the state.
Like Under Siege. The movie Under Siege was filmed in Mobile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because part of it filmed on the USS Alabama?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you've never been to the state and you are wanting to go through, you go to Mobile, definitely go to the USS Alabama. That is awesome.
Wonderful.
It is super awesome.
Really cool. All right, Chase, just for you, our two big movies that, of course, filmed primarily in Georgia.
But
Sure film industry.
Alabama.
Let's hit one of my all-time favorites. The one I will stop every time. Actually, both of these I'll stop every time and watch. But let's start with a little story about two Utes. Two Utes. Of
That
course.
stole a can of tuna from the sack of suds.
Of course, we're talking about My Cousin Vinny. Oh, My Cousin Vinny is one of the best movies ever made.
Yep.
Hands down. I love this. And last year or the year before last?
Year before last.
Last, we were coming back from South Carolina for vacation. And so we stopped in Covington, Georgia. And I took let's see, hang on. So Skylar says my wife's all-time favorite movie. My Cousin Vinny. I'm assuming not Friday the 13th, Part 7.
And here we go.
And Chase says Friday the 13th, 6 was in Georgia. Then they did Alabama, didn't want to return to the South.
This place is scary.
They must have been in Walker County. That's all I got to say.
They came through Jasper. But yeah, we went through Covington, Georgia, and I got to show Jess the courthouse where they filmed it, and then the Sack of Suds, which is, doesn't look the same at all anymore.
No, I was going to say I got pictures somewhere, but I was so thankful for this because my husband is a creature of convenience, and getting off the interstate to go here was not convenient.
No, it
but
was not.
He knew how much it meant to me to be able to finally see this. Brock had been there previous.
I'd been there several times.
Yeah, so it was the first time that I'd ever been in this area, and I'm just so thankful that he agreed to make that little detour.
And for Chase, I would be remiss if I did not mention the fact that the first season of The Dukes of Hazzard was filmed in this same town.
That's right.
Chase has a General Lee car. It's beautiful. But of course, my cousin Vinny, Ralph Macchio, and I forget the other guy.
Ralph Macchio and the other guy.
Yeah. Poor other guy.
Yeah, they were accused of murder in rural Alabama on their way back to college, and of course they have to call on Joe Pesci, Vincent LaGuardia Gambini,
also known as Jerry Callow.
Yeah. Oh,
Jerry Gallo.
I mean Jerry Gallo.
Yeah.
Jerry Callow's dead. So, but also Marissa Tomei.
We all
day
fell
long.
in love with her then.
Huh?
We all fell in love with her with that movie.
Oh, big time.
And the woman hasn't aged today.
Oh
no,
no,
she hasn't.
It's
And of
insane,
course,
man.
Fred Gwynn,
Oh yes,
Herman Munster.
Yes.
That's the judge. And I have an autograph picture, and I may have shown it up on a previous episode. I was able to get it on a signing with Marissa Tomei and Joe Pesci. They both did a signing at the same time, and I've got the scene where they're sitting in the diner, and they're cooking the grits, and so I have a scene where they're sitting there eating the grits, and it's signed by both Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if there's one scene that I have to have them sign, that's the one.
What is a grit?
What is a grit?
It's a grit.
I'm going to share some of this stuff too while we're talking. But
Okay.
see, there's our picture outside the Sacco Suds there. And let's see, we've also got.
Yeah, how many personal things you going to show now?
Oh
Just remember, we're live.
yeah,
We're live,
I know,
y'all.
yeah.
We're live.
There it is, right there. We are live.
I actually got to install a wireless network in that courthouse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd been to it. After I got out of the Air Force, one of the companies I worked for, based out of Kennesaw, Georgia, we went down to Covington and installed a wireless network there. And I'm like, oh my, this is it. This is the place. And that was really cool.
And this is let's see. There's where they, pull up to the courthouse at the beginning of the movie where he's got mud in the tires.
Yeah.
You got mud in your tires. Get that Alabama mud. You ever heard of mud in the tires? She's got that little camera, that little flat click camera that was like real popular back then too. She's taking our little pictures. Yeah.
That's a movie. I had to let my kids watch the edited version. Yeah. But that's one that we ask not one that we ask, one that we watch all the time. If it's on, I'm going to stop and watch it.
Yeah.
Hands down, one of my absolute favorites. But
I mean, Joe Pesci's one of the only reasons I still watch, I'll go back and watch Lethal Weapon, the Lethal Weapon movie, because he's in there. I mean, when he came in, it was like, the whole dynamic changed in those movies. So he's just a phenomenal actor. Everything he's in is gold. So, yeah.
Yep. You never heard of grits? Sure. I've heard of grits. I just actually seen a grit before.
No good Southerner is going to cook instant grits.
Yep.
All right, Brock.
All right. Number one in my heart, and a lot of people's hearts. Yes, filmed quite a bit in Savannah.
On a park bench.
Yeah.
In Savannah.
But it's Savannah, though. I mean,
yeah.
God, Savannah's gorgeous.
Yep. Robert Zemeckis, one of our favorite directors. We in a Patreon episode, we talked about Back to the Future and the musical and all. And of course, Robert Zemeckis did that, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit, all kinds of great stuff. But Robert Zemeckis read a little book by a man named Winston Groom, all about another man named Forrest Gump. Tom Hanks, 1994, one of the all-time classics about the state of Alabama.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you've never watched it, the how it was made on Netflix that they did talking about Forrest Gump, that was really cool too, just to kind of see some of the just some of the behind the scenes of like they couldn't figure out how to make this, and the approach was just so unorthodox as to how they were doing it.
Yeah.
Just the fact that the movie actually came out and was good is miraculous.
I have an interesting like memory that made me think with us, like we when my family went and saw this movie at the movie theater, we went and saw it in Tuscaloosa, and the entire university football team was in there that same viewing. I was there. I remember Jay Barker was there. That was like his senior season. So but I remember seeing that. That was really cool, especially all the football scenes got a good rouse out of the football players. I remember that.
Yeah.
Smells like athlete's foot in here.
But yeah, no, like I said, yeah, Forrest Gump, man. Like I said, how can you not love this movie?
Yeah. Actually, the girl I was dating at the time, this came out right before I went into the Air Force, and the girl I was dating at the time absolutely hated this movie.
What?
And she was from South Alabama with me, and I'm like, how can you hate this? She's like, it just makes it seem so dumb. I'm like, are you kidding? Forrest is not a smart man.
Yep.
But the movie itself,
But he knows what love is.
Exactly.
He does.
I can see where she's coming from with that, but at the same time, you look at the end of the movie and you're like, look at everything that this guy has affected. Like what all he's done is like, you can only wish to do 1/16 of what he's done in his life and feel satisfied. And this guy has just been everywhere and done everything.
Yep. I forgot what I was going to say about it. Going back to the Alabama football team and with Chase being here, of course, Sonny Schroyer, who was Enos in the Dukes of Hazzard, played Bear Bryant in that movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I didn't realize that till now. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd hear Enos cuss. But you do.
Oh, boy, he can run.
And you're talking about, like we're in a year that, there's a lot of movies that have meant a lot to us growing up, how we're in anniversary years of movies.
Yes.
This movie was released on June 23rd, 1994. So Forrest Gump is 30 years old.
Yeah. Just
Wow.
turned 30.
30 years
Boy,
ago,
we're getting,
man. What
boy,
the
we're getting
heck?
old. What
I remember
happened?
I want to say it was 1 year of my high school in marching band. We did the Forrest Gump sweep as when they did the homecoming court. I remember we played that. That was like a couple of years after it. That's one of those things I always think about with it. Like I said, it's neat. Like I said, of course, I remember going to band competitions and like they would play the music from it, and they had a guy with khakis and a shirt and a red hat would run across the field.
Oh, yeah.
You say you remember that too? Yeah, you're around that.
Oh,
You're in that
yes.
same age group.
Yeah. Forrest Gump has one of the best all-time soundtracks.
It's like like at the time it was like 4 CDs when it came out. I want to say
it was huge. Yeah.
Well, because it had a music catalog from 50s to 70s,
Yeah.
80s, like
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only soundtrack I know that is probably as cool as that, and this is a huge gap in time, is the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
yeah.
You got that, and then you got Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like everything in between is kind of like, okay.
I remember it was a double CD.
Yeah.
32 songs to be exact. It says
huge.
on the soundtrack. Yeah, that it covered.
Everything was great on that soundtrack.
I
Love it.
had both discs in my 5-disc CD changer too. Both of them.
And then, of course, we got to be remiss, though. This is one of my things about this movie that bothers me. All right, it's based in Alabama. They created a chain of restaurants of Bubba Gumps. There is not a single Bubba Gump restaurant in the state of Alabama, and I am aggravated by that. No.
I had to go to New York City to eat at a Bubba Gump.
I think
passed
our Our closest Bubba Gumps might be Gatlinburg.
Wow.
Okay.
At least you didn't say Georgia.
Yeah. I want to say there's the closest I can think of. I know around us there's one in Gatlinburg. I think there's one in New Orleans, and I know there was one in Universal City Walk in Orlando. So,
Yeah.
Well, and while we talk about the sand savannah and the park bench, but actually,
yes, Katie, yes.
yes. I agree.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Katie said the soundtrack is the best because it has Freebird instead of Sweet Home Alabama.
Give me Freebird all day long. Okay, I'll take Freebird.
It's Skylar Davis. Great excuse to go to Universal Orlando. I
Yep.
completely agree.
Yep.
And I walked past that Bubba Gumps in Times Square just a
Oh,
couple of
that's-
weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, there is one at Universal. That's right.
And Chase, Sonny lives in Valdosta. Okay. I met him at a con in Mississippi, told him I'm from Macon, and he invited me to visit him for dinner. I didn't ask his address because he was unbelievably too nice. I don't know that I could have turned that down, though.
Yeah, that would have been tough, but I
It would
understand.
have been
that.
great to eat it with him.
So most of the filming took place mainly in and around Beaufort, South Carolina.
Yeah.
So-
some scenes in Virginia, North Carolina.
North
as well.
Carolina, Virginia. So yeah, a lot of the filming took place up in that area.
Yeah, like in the house was in South Carolina, I
Mhm.
think.
I
Because
think
like to
so.
me, that's like that's one of my favorite shots of him running down with the
Yeah.
Spanish moss thing. It's a very cliche Southern shot, but I absolutely love the Spanish moss in the trees,
Yeah.
the long driveway, and the antebellum home.
Yeah.
I have a autographed 11 by 14, I think, of Tom Hanks from that scene with the red hat on and the blue
Yes.
white checkered shirt. Yeah. That was one of my must-haves.
One thing I've always wondered, I never really looked this up, but I don't know what just made me make this connection, but is that the same house that's in The Patriot? Because it's got that long with the
know.
Spanish moss, the long road in front of it with the Spanish moss. It may not be, but it seems like that's like the same house.
It could be. You have
scene.
to. That might have to do
I
some
don't
research
know.
on that.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You know, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
know.
sure though.
I have no idea.
So the Bubba Gum is on Tybee Island in Georgia.
Okay.
All right.
I know it's the same company that owns Landry's. I forgot, like, whoever that company is. We did have a Landry's here in Birmingham. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
not anymore. But I know that was that company that owned them. They're the ones that owned the Bubba Gump franchise.
I know when I was at Universal not too long ago, it was when we got to the end of the day, it was a choice between where we were going to eat in Universal, and if there's a Hard Rock Cafe, I'm always going to choose Hard Rock Cafe over anything, pretty much. So, I ate at the Hard Rock, which is the biggest one in the world. There, that was huge. But I did see the bubblegum as well. So
They have a good dessert, or they did. I don't know if they still do. It's an Alabama mud pie. It's basically like a peanut butter chocolate dessert type pie thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I got the shrimper's feast, and I had the different kind of shrimp. Because you can have shrimp so many different ways. You can barbecue it, you can fry it, you can grill it. There's
shrimp scampi,
And I
Shrimp
love their little ways to get the servers. Like you had two signs that said "Run Forrest Run" means you were good, and then you had "Stop Forrest Stop" if you needed the server to stop by your your table.
That's great.
Yeah.
We'll have to visit there.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, I know he was a reporter, but that is also wrong. Some restaurant called Bubba Gumbos.
Somebody.
So we're having a domestic moment in the chat.
Oh, I love it. You guys are just entertaining online as you are in person, and that's why we love you.
Oh,
I can't wait to hang out with you.
fight.
let me-
Bubba Gumbos.
Oh my. Well, I have loved going over this list. There are some movies I have to watch, and I will absolutely watch Con Air. And
Please.
and we'll do a review of it because I'm
Please,
ashamed
man.
of myself for not seeing that.
That movie's so good. It's so good.
And don't forget the Alabama connection to Loki,
That's
Oh, yeah.
right. Yes.
since Tara Strong is now the official opening voice of the Bama Geeks podcast. That's Miss Minutes. So another big reason why we asked her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And she obliged.
Oh, she had she was more than happy to record that for us.
Yeah.
Don't tell
So,
Hey, hey, one other one we have to mention was very recent. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Oh yeah. Now is it like I said, I know
That wasn't filmed here,
But
the directors are from here.
Yes, well, the directors was from here. So I will count that any day because I literally just rewatched that movie yesterday. That movie is amazing.
yeah,
Well,
we
and-
still
and-
need that.
and
Yeah,
under that,
I knew
and
you'd
then
do that.
the director of Godzilla versus Kong, he was from Alabama,
Mhm.
correct?
He's from here, like around Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was at when that movie first came out. Was
Yeah.
it at the Alabaster Amstar?
Yeah,
Yep.
he actually made an appearance.
Yeah,
in
he was
this.
there. I'm
Yeah.
like, why didn't we know that at the time?
Yeah.
And that's actually a really good theater now. They usually
yeah.
kind of they've really bumped it
Yeah,
up.
we went and
That's a
saw
nice
Garfield there, and like they've got it nice. Like they got like the reclining chairs, like the AMC's.
Okay.
theater. Yeah, they got Tesla superchargers over there now too. So.
Yeah.
And and a lot of times, when around a lot of these movies were made, and Alabama has of recently become a hub and a mecca for a lot of filming and things to be filmed here. I mean, just here in the last couple of years, that there's been a lot.
Look, I have a child. I have a 9-year-old.
For our audio listeners, Chase says, you saw Garfield?
Yes, he is one of the 12 people who saw
Question-
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Question mark, explanation point, question
My
mark.
child
exclamation
enjoyed it.
point.
He loved it. Hey,
I did it for the kid, okay?
We call him Bo Arbuckle. Oh, man. Oh, we've loved going over this. I know we're about an hour and a half into the stream and all. We're going to call it a night soon. But Jess, do you have what we used to call our Southern words and phrases?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
We now call it Bama-splaining.
Yeah,
We're going to
So
explain it.
You got that tonight, honey?
I sure do.
Go ahead, please.
Hey, everybody, it's summer. It is hot, y'all. So you may hear a declaration about the heat as, boy, hotter than blue blazes.
Yeah.
How hot is a
Blue?
blue blaze?
yes.
It's pretty hot. The
What
blue
it-
part of the flame is supposed
Yeah.
to be like the hottest part of it, right?
It's been a while since
Yeah.
I've messed with a Bunsen burner, so I don't remember.
Well, we have a gas stove, so.
Look,
Yeah.
the fire is not something I pay attention to.
So yeah, hotter
I should.
than it is hotter than blue blazes right now.
All right. And hang on, I'm flipping through banners here. Take that down because I'm sure Kevin's got his dad joke. But before we get to Kevin's dad joke, we have to acknowledge so Chase says, also sorry for derailing the
But-
show. Love you guys.
Yeah.
This
we love you
Can't
too.
derail our show.
No.
No.
And Kevin's like, it's not possible. We always derail our own show all the time.
Yes.
So
Okay, so see, there's the if
Yeah,
the
there's
moonshine,
another bit of information
There-
there.
Chase says if moonshine is lit and it ain't blue, it's poisonous.
Yep.
I will defer to your expertise.
That's
on
what I'm
that.
saying.
That means
There's an idea for a moonshine label, Blue Blazes. That's how
Yeah,
you know
'cause
that'd be a-
that means you've lit. That basically means you've lit the head. That which is the first piece of the moonshine. That's like it would kill you if you
Okay.
drink it. So yeah.
I'm being educated tonight.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. So no, you're not derailing. We love the
No,
fact
yeah,
that,
please.
that you guys are
Please.
here.
This has been a blast.
This
Thank you.
is what we love about doing the live stream is getting more people involved. So, all right, Kevin, you got your dad jokes for this episode.
Pick one.
That one.
yeah.
Which one? This one. Which one?
The middle. The middle.
Let's go with the middle.
Yeah,
Middle.
we'll go in the middle, yeah.
Jimmy Eat World, the middle.
Yes.
You're welcome.
What's the difference between a dog and a marine biologist?
Oh no.
Well,
One
one's
wags a
dog.
tail and one tags a whale.
I know a lot of marine
We're gonna do one
biologists.
more. We're gonna do one more runner up. This one actually, this one made me really laugh. Like over
Okay.
here, What music band do farmers listen to when they're bringing in the harvest?
Adele.
Hall and Oates.
All in Oates.
Oh, that's good.
I love that.
Oh, that's good.
Rip Hall and Oates.
Rip Hall and Oates. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still probably call the phone number.
You can.
Yeah.
Absolutely you can. I don't have the number in front of me, but yeah, there's still a phone number you can dial to listen to Hall and Oates, even
Hall
though
and Oates.
they are no longer on speaking terms.
They had a domestic.
They had a domestic moment.
It happened to Hall and Oates. It happened to ABBA. You know, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It just happens. So, well, again, we thank you so much and love you guys for being with us tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat, Jason, Katie, and Skylar, and Harry, and everybody.
Yeah, Harry back.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys.
I wonder, is that a name for Hurry Back, or does he have a Harry back, or?
I don't know if I want to
but-
know. I mean,
but he
let's
talked
just
about-
move on.
But he talked about the water boy, so you get
You get all the bonus points in the
Yes.
world.
That's right.
So, but yeah, if you're not following us on social media, we'll join the conversation with you there as well. Search for us everywhere on every platform. We are at Bama Geeks. And like I said, if you're on Facebook, just search for the Bama Geeks Front Porch. That's where we all hang out and share a lot of fun things. Also, patreon.com/Bama Geeks, $5 a month. Get you bonus audio and video from us, access to the Discord server. Same thing if you join our YouTube channel. There's a button right below all this. Just hit the join button and select what tier you'd like. And there's some benefits listed in there. And we would love and appreciate the support. And we thank you to all of you who do support us. It's a big help for us. And so that's where you can find us online. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, comment if you're watching this after the live stream. And if you're listening on our audio feed, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iTunes, anywhere like that, we'd love a 5-star rating. And if you want to leave us a nice review, we certainly would appreciate it. We're here to entertain, and hopefully that's what we have done. So we're going to call it a night. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks. For Bo and Kevin and Jess, I'm Brock. We're the Bama Geeks. We love you. Have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Night.